And then I said nothing because I have nothing prepared for a cold intro. Hello.
Pancakes. Hello.
But we weren't talking about pancakes.
Were we talking about waffles?
We might have been. I did have some pancake.
But do you like pancakes or do you like waffles?
Can't wait to get about full. I'll age somebody into dust with that one. The only other one I remember from that same time period was the stupid dancing banana peanut butter jelly time.
Yeah. Classic.
And it is stuff like that whenever I see, like, you know, like the current one is 6-7, like there's all this stupid stuff that they're doing now, and I'm like, guys, shut up. We have no room to stand. We had peanut butter jelly time with a dancing banana.
Yeah. Just like a fucking MS Paint
Banana.
looking ass banana with maracas with like 10 frames of animation on loop.
Like, we had that. We had like a whole like 6 years where it was just like, can I put bacon on this? How much bacon can I put on this? Bacon's the best. I like, look, this we have no ground. As soon as, like, it was like 4 years ago, someone pointed that out. Whenever something was going on with like Fortnite, I'm like, dude, we had our own stupid dance. We had like, what does the fox say? And I'm like, okay, you're right. We have no room to stand down. Let them have their stupid thing.
Yep.
I look at it and I go, man, 6-7 is stupid. Anyway.
Yeah.
I just that 4 years ago, somebody pointing out that, like, yeah, we did all of this stupid stuff too, and I'm like, it was just this big eye-opening revelation of like, oh my god, we were really stupid. We had like no taste.
No, we had simple taste.
It's true. We did have simple tastes. I still do. I laugh at fart jokes. Like this one.
Like the Badgers for like a 10-hour loop.
That might have been one of the ones they referenced. It's like, guys, we had freaking badgers. Go away. Shut up.
Badger mushroom.
Badger. Oh, we're waiting for the ad to finish. Like, I don't know what else we had. Oppa Gangnam Style was a hit thing, but that was like an actual, like, it was just like a weird dance. Like, there was the actual song behind it. As far as I'm aware, I've never looked at the lyrics to Oppa Gangnam Style. Doesn't sound like a meme song, but who knows?
Would help if I actually went over to the Twitch channel so I can look at chat.
Also, so I looked up when we next see Mr. Blue Swordsman, whose name I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
we don't get him for a while.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
No, like, we don't get him for a while. So I don't know exactly how granular this guide is on, like, what section gets a new number, right? What point does it go from
Yeah.
46 to 47? Right now, we are at 48 with Destiny Drop, and Clear Veil A and B were their own numbers. Mr. Blue Swordsman doesn't join us until 67.
Yeah, I was going to, make the comparison. Is this Haru? Or is he the Haru of this game?
Kind of, but he's also
Except good.
Yeah, he is Haru, but he is Haru but good. He's Haru but good.
Haru in narrative, but mechanically better.
Yeah. All right, hold on.
It's like the plot dictates. Well, the plot dictates you get them way, way back, way in, but they're good.
Oh my god, I gotta do the thing again. Stupid Discord. Hold on. We'll be right back. I've
Welcome
returned.
back.
That is the silliest thing that I have to, like, control our Discord just to screen share to you.
Yep. I can see. Forgot about my bean juice.
Wow.
Yeah, it's warm enough. Yeah, but we we played a like 8 to 10 hour one shot yesterday.
We played a 2-shot in one session.
Yeah.
I like legitimately, 'cause I didn't get a word in edgewise at the end, which was fine because everyone was like wrapping up, and I'm like, okay, like let's just go to bed. It's 4 a.m. in the morning. I had 2 spell slots and 11 lay on hands left.
Nice.
So you made me use a lot of stuff with that.
Yeah, like with how much like you guys like did like 2 short rests, how many hit die you had to spend on each one.
I actually didn't spend
how
a lot
many
of hit die,
resources,
which is really funny.
Yeah, but you also didn't get hit by like half as many attacks as the other 2 did because
Nope.
you're insane AC.
Well, one, you're correct, but 2, most of my damage happened in the middle of the battle, and I'm like, I can't wait for the short rest. I used 40 of my lay on hands to get it back, and by the time that combat was over, I was only missing like 9 HP again.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't missing a lot, so the reality is I took a bunch of damage. Just by the time the short rest came around, I only needed to use like 1 hit die.
Yeah. But it's like, obviously as I had mentioned sometime during the session, it's like, yeah, like this is apparently like really easy for like a level 12 party And now looking at the end result and like the additions I gave to like the stat blocks and stuff, I'm like, no, I think you guys had a substantial, challenge.
We did.
Now, granted, I don't know how much of a party size, I mean, I'm sure if you had like 4 people instead of 3, it would have been really easy. Because then that, you just have that fourth person
Fourth person.
who was doing damage, and I was keeping them scaled as if, you guys were a 4-person party. So I think that was probably part of the reason why it felt more of like a challenge, is because the undersized party.
Yeah. I think the and honestly I think what made that encounter, that whole thing, just more interesting was actually a splitting up.
Mm-hmm.
Because like inadvertently, the way we did it divided their forces so they weren't all going after the same people.
Yeah.
So like we actually had like a really sound strategical position on the battlefield, and it's like the two spellcasters are by themselves, but they're they can also heal, and they're doing their stuff, and they're like they have their own utility, so like they're doing fine on their own. Meanwhile, I'm a paladin with AC. I can heal myself if I need to, but I've got 24 AC. Like, I don't necessarily need to have anybody backing me up over here, right now on these, the minions. Granted, literally every single time I was going to go for the lieutenant boss dude, and he went and hid. So I was like,
Yep.
I was like, okay, I guess I'll go after this guy next.
Yeah, in hindsight, I probably should have. Hello. I should have done, like I did with that one guy of like his force version of Burning Hands. I should have done that to you a lot more often after like, one turn of like trying to hit you, so that way.
She just didn't.
Yeah, sure.
You didn't get a chance. You did it the once, and she could never hit me again.
No, the normal dudes, not the lieutenants.
Oh, could they do it?
That was the suggestion from the video I watched, is to give them an equivalent of Burning Hands, or just let them do the Burning Hands spell. Specifically for people who have really high AC at this stage. So that way you're at least doing some damage to the high, AC things.
Yeah, I know that, obviously at some point, you don't roll well on the con save and you fail, right? And I was going to probably lose Shield of Faith at some point. Like, that was never an issue. Roll20 just really just would not throw me a bone on those con saves.
The thing is, again, it was better you dropped it on the save after, because if you were stunned, you would have dropped it anyways.
No. Shield of Faith is the item.
Well, still,
I don't actually Shield of Faith I don't actually concentrate on, but
yeah,
it was like some of those like a lot of those saves I passed barely. Like, I passed in spite of roll 20.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know I only have a +3, but is it really that hard? Is it really that much to ask, hey, can you roll me a 12 on the die?
Look, at least when you were getting hit, it wasn't more than 10. So you were always trying to pass, the flat average.
That's what made it, like, bearable. But, like, at the same time, it also makes it worse because I was barely rolling the average after my bonuses. Yeah. So, I played it with what I was dealt, but, like, I was like, bro, roll 20. You gotta give me something.
But you were. You were given all of your attack rolls that were hitting.
It's true. I really was.
The low rolls had to go somewhere.
It's true.
That's just the game. It's either
unironically,
you're hitting all your attacks or you're failing all your saves.
Ironically,
or vice versa.
Ironically, they weren't on my dex checks.
Yeah.
I'm so happy the monks never got to hit me and make me make a dex save because I can't make it. Yeah, the monks hit you, make a dex save or be knocked prone, and I'm like, oh boy, here goes my +0. Uh-oh. But it's like, yeah, as someone who has a 24 AC, good luck.
The thing is, I'm surprised you didn't use the cone on, like, the lackeys, because they only had a +3.
Yeah, but my save is only, like, 14.
I mean, still. If I roll a single digit, they fail. Which happened literally to the big boss.
They also were never, like, really in a good position to do it.
Yeah.
It's only a 30-foot. It's not that big.
No, that's pretty big.
I mean, yes, but, like, they were, like, 40 feet apart. Or, like, just barely close. Like, I could maybe get 2. And I'm like, it's like, I could maybe get 2 and, like, maybe do a bunch of damage, or I could hit this guy twice.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it came down to. Was just, I felt it was better action economy to just hit the guy twice. Had there ever been a moment where there were 3 of them, I would have done it. Because I think also what I can do... Oh, I thought there was something here. Oh, nice.
Well, there's something there.
I saw it after I dropped down, but... What I thought about it a little bit was, like, I use one of the attacks to do the cone, not the attack action, I think.
Yeah.
But, again, it was just, like, it was, like, 46 damage. And it's like, I just do more than that. Assuming I hit, but...
Yeah.
Like, it's not that the ability wasn't good. I just don't think I did not find a spot that, in my opinion, was worth using it on. Did I make an error in judgment? Maybe. Also, I'm going to slide back to Dragon Quest VI real quick before we keep talking D&D. Ashlyn has 56 HP.
Wow.
I noticed that while grinding, so I was going to put a mage in, and then she was just eating tons of damage. I was like, oh, you have, like, no HP. Oh.
Squimsh.
Speaking of which, I'm surprised that Warlocks have as much HP as they do.
Yeah, D8.
I guess they just don't get the AC.
Yeah, literally the only class that gets a D6 is Wizards. Otherwise, everything else has like a D8 minimum.
Yeah, Paladin's only
D10.
D10. I lost the word for a moment.
Yep. And Barbarian is the only one that has a D12.
Checks out. They're an HP tank. Meanwhile, paladins and fighters are ACs.
Yeah, typically.
They're more AC, but they also have the HP. Kashnooze.
Kashnoobs.
Also, I don't know if I said hi, Bellerth, but hi, Bellerth. I feel like I did, but I don't.
You did. And then you said it again.
Sometimes even the brave must fall. Well, not here. Paladins, they released that class for Diablo 4 with the Game Awards. Yeah, that was like the big thing. I made this observation, and it keeps being true with the stuff that I never saw, and this is why I hated this Game Awards. Why was every trailer dark and gory?
I didn't watch any of it, so
I feel like every single trailer, aside from like Orbitals and maybe a couple other ones, was like dark themed, had like a bunch of blood, was really creepy, had like actual gore in it. And I'm just like, why? Why did this trailer need this? Like the Diablo 4, the guy got cut in half by the shield coming back. There was the Badger game, which was like, I was on board with it being this, oh, that's like, haha, the cartoon Badger's gotta go platform through a darker, creepy themed level, aside from the hands at the beginning. And then he hit the enemy with a pan and they spurted blood everywhere. I'm like, bro, really? And I immediately stopped watching the trailer. I immediately was just like, I'm out. I don't. Like, I was actively done. Like, yeah, there was a couple of them that it made sense. Like I imagined Resident Evil 9's trailer was, falls into the dark and gory category. Well, guess what? Literally every single Resident Evil game falls into that category. I'm not gonna blink twice at it. Right?
Yep.
The game from the people that made. No, I didn't see Divinity's trailer, and I've heard that it's apparently along the same lines. But that game from the Returnal people, checks out. That's gonna be, kind of dark and a little gory, because guess what? Returnal was as well, and it's kind of the same thing. At least, theming wise.
Mm-hmm.
Divinity's trailer I heard was like really like kind of grody. Diablo's was grody. There was a few more that I don't remember. Like not every trailer. Like obviously not every trailer was dark and grody and gory. It's like, but there were so many of them. I literally like asked in another server. I was like, "Is this the new thing now? Like where it used to be? Wow, look at our realistic modern graphics, and it's just brown, and now it's just like, wow, look at our dark gory game. Wow." Also, like, I've thought about like trying Divinity, but I asked somebody, like, hey, how does Divinity 2 stack up against Divinity Original Sin? Like Divinity Original Sin 1 versus Divinity Original Sin 2. And oh geez, hold on, damn it. Oh my god, let me leave.
No.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, it was the Divinity game was just like, I'm glad I didn't watch that trailer. Like, actively glad I missed it. Oh my god, Carver, come back! But, like, going from Original Sin 1 to 2, I don't remember if we played 2, but, like, the gameplay was so much similar. I was like, okay, well, I don't really want to play that game.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're making another, I think it's CRPG is the technical term. What? No. I think CRPG is the technical term for like what Baldur's Gate 3 and Divinity Original Sin are. If they're making another one, I'm not gonna play it. Yeah, I know. Okay, I couldn't remember if we played 2 or 1. Where are we going? Because this was my real problem, and I do legitimately wonder if it would have been better if I just played that on my own. I'm trying to phrase my because like you weren't there with when we played it, but like the playing Divinity Original Sin 2, like okay, so I missed it. Okay, we're just gonna leave because I need the HP and MP back from stuff. So you know how D&D, like, you know, unless you know you're building like a party of like 4 wizards or whatever. I can't zoom in here? Okay, fine, whatever. Unless you're building like a party of 4 wizards, you generally like can just build whatever you want. Like, you know, we can have a paladin and 2 different warlocks. We can have 2 wizards, a cleric and a fighter. Like, and like that's generally okay, even for like modules where those encounters are scripted. Divinity Original 2 Sin 2 didn't feel like that. I feel like because, you know, unless we spec'd exactly right and, you know, did everything perfectly, did all of the side quests to level up, and did the encounters perfectly, you were fighting an uphill battle. And it was like constantly fighting an uphill battle the entire time we were playing. Because it's like, because you know how I play. I like, you know, playing these games and going, I want to have a variety of techniques for different situations, especially with like Divinity Original Sin 2, because those techniques have cooldowns. So it's like I use one and I can't use it for like 3 turns. It really felt like it wanted you to go, no, that one ability, you need to fully spec into that so that every time you use it, you are just chopping a dude in half.
Yeah.
I feel like I was actively screwing myself over trying to get different techniques. And it legitimately felt awful to play. And it boggles my mind that everyone's like, I loved playing Divinity Original Sin 2. I'm like, did we play the same game? I feel like that feeling that I have with The Last of Us is that it's the same feeling I have. It's like, did we play the same game? Because you were like, The Last of Us is a very good story game. I'm like, it was? I was bored out of my mind. There was nothing. Actually, no. I take that back. There were some interesting things in The Last of Us. that they never followed up on, and you never got any more information on. And the main story wasn't it.
Yeah, some people just have different tolerances, I guess.
Fuck. No. I was hoping for way better. I had a thwack while I was grinding. I got like 5 of them. I was like, that's really good. Do it again. I wanted to like they were actually a good parent somewhere. I mean, I can kind of see that, but like think the hype I have heard around that game is like FF7's hype, but like FF7 is at least a good game that people just, you know, put on a pedestal. We have Mastered Warrior. And Last of Us kind of gets put on that pedestal, and I don't think it's really that great of a game. Divinity Original Sin 2 is a game that gets a lot of hype, and I just don't think it's that good of a game. Either that, or again, it's just vastly better. You know, it's just vastly better in single player. In which case, man, they really screwed up the balancing on multiplayer. And I will also say this, regards to FF7. The way people have talked about FF7 since I've started being more and more in the gaming communities and stuff, the pedestal that it is put on sometimes, there has never been a game that could live up to that hype.
No.
People act like it is the best thing ever, and I'm like, calm down, it's not that good.
But you don't understand, this game changed my life.
Neat. Dragon Quest IX changed my life. It doesn't deserve that pedestal either. Like, I don't think there's a game that's ever that good. Like, and I'm gonna say this, and I mean this with no disrespect. I don't even think Minecraft's that good. I don't think Fortnite's that good. I don't think any of them, any popular game you can think of, I do not think is that good. Mind opening if you're so, yeah, it was. I know, like, I'm not gonna sit here and say, you know, I'm not gonna say Minecraft is bad.
Yeah.
It's just a very, what's the word for it? It's a very open game. You can do a lot with it, which led to it getting popular and like having people, you know, do their own things with it, making mods, making this like gigantic weird creations. You know, it was generally just a solid game and was also only like $20. I cannot say one way or the other, Valorth. I have not played vanilla Minecraft. I don't know if I have access to the copy you gifted me anymore, because I thought I took care of it, but I don't even remember what that was on. But just there's that level of pedestal that just like, yeah, I just don't think it's that good. It's the rose-tinted glasses.
Yeah. Look, everyone falls prey to it.
I've no doubt I have fallen prey to it at some point. It is just unfortunate that my memory is so bad I don't remember. Like, I'm not gonna act like at one point I didn't think Final Fantasy XII was the best thing ever, with no flaws.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, 'cause I did. Like, There was definitely a point where I just did not realize that, hey, maybe the story isn't, that great for Final Fantasy 12. It's not. It's good. I think it's okay. Like, it's decent.
Yeah.
But, like, it is... If you ask me, like, now, I go, like, yeah, like, the story of FF12 is nowhere near as good as, like, FF9's story. Rose tinted glass. There's a place for rose tinted glasses. Like, rose tinted glasses aren't necessarily bad, but like rose tinted glasses to the exclusion of, like noticing flaws. Like the amount of people that I have told of where I stopped in FF7 initially, like. And I go, yeah, after like you get through all of Midgar, it's really good. And then the pace just slows down so absurdly slow that I didn't want to play anymore. And they're like, what? No, it doesn't. I'm like, yes, it does. Nothing happens for like a large chunk of time. And I want to go back and play it at some point and just like chug through it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I did like a little bit of grinding, but like not a ton.
This place reminds me of Ayers Rock. I think it's Ayers Rock in Golden Sun 2. They have like this whole dungeon where you're having to scale cliffs and stuff in the same manner.
It was a grind central then gotcha game level grind before those were even invented. Ouch. But I think like and this is not to discredit Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII is a decent game. It's a very decent story. It's got a lot of good characters. And it did a lot for JRPGs in the West. It did a ton. It put in the heavy lifting.
Yep.
Like, it just I'm not gonna discredit that, but like the sort of unfortunate side effect is like a lot of people's I'm trying to figure out where to go. A lot of people's first JRPG was probably Final Fantasy VII, at least in my generation. Maybe Isaac's generation as well, because I think you're technically in a different one than I am.
No, I don't think so.
How old are you?
34.
Yeah, technically I think you're in the same one.
Yeah.
If you were like 2 years older. But it's like, in our generation, just a lot of people's first JRPG was probably Final Fantasy VII. Where the heck am I going?
So find it kind of funny that it's like I had played so many other different JRPGs before touching a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, and also I'm gonna do the hot take in the room. All right, a lot of people will say their first JRPG was Final Fantasy VII or something like that. It was probably Pokemon. Pokemon's a JRPG.
I don't know if I'd count.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know if I'd count that.
It's a JRPG. That's my hot take.
That's like a lukewarm take. Like that's a kind of take that I could take off the stove with my bare hands.
It probably hurt a little bit, but it's like the same as taking it, like, you know, you let the hot pocket cool down in the microwave for like for the minute, but it's still hot, so you're just like, ooh.
Yeah.
Armor's still not mastered. Okay, what do I lose? A little bit of HP, a little bit of defense, a little bit of
A little
attack.
bit of everything.
Losing a little bit of... Okay, but it's not like a huge decrease, which is fine.
It's just him with the long chin meme, hand on shoulder. I lose everything. Just a little bit of everything.
I am now a martial artist. And what did it cost? Everything.
A little bit of everything.
Alright. What are... Okay, so basically everybody's at 7. Amos is probably decently
4
close.
pings from the Narmaya 5 ping? Is that a bot?
It's probably a bot.
Bot happening?
7, 4, 4.
Yeah.
Oh man, okay. We might... What are we at for priest? Is that...
Right, well, before I start marking that as red, I'm just gonna let that play out. See how many it goes up to.
And also, because I don't want to diss on games too much, but I think a lot of games do end up getting overhyped. Like, I feel like there's somebody I saw recently that's playing for Hollow Knight for the first time, and they're running into the problem of, like, I don't feel like this is all it was hyped up to be.
Yeah.
And just, this is my word of warning. Not about any specific game, but do not let anybody tell you that overhype doesn't exist. It absolutely does.
Sure does.
It is very much possible, and honestly, quite scarily easy to do, to have a game be built up for you too much so it can't match what you've been told. It is why I try to keep my recommendations and, like, telling people what I like about games simple. I try to not act like this, like, a game is the best thing ever.
Yep.
Alright. Excuse me. I like up.
Right, that server's up to 30 pings.
Good lord. How many channels does it have? Because they usually only do it once per.
It has a channel per character.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
But speaking of the best game ever, Dragon Quest IX,
I thought the best game ever was Pokemon Legends ZA.
yeah, I'm very curious, in like 2 months when people are like done grinding the DLC, what they'll say.
I mean, I still think it's like, you know, a good game. It's not like amazing, and then even with the DLC like added with it, I just definitely do not think it is a good game for a technically $100 price tag with the DLC.
That's honestly that's a more common take than you would probably think.
Oh yeah, I know. But I am just still saying that it's just like, yeah, if you got it like for some reason like less than you know $100 bundle, then yeah, like I'd say it's like great
And this
instead
is
of good. But
this is also kind of why I was skeptical initially when Nintendo was like, we're not just gonna charge $70 for every game now. We're just gonna charge the ones that we think are worth it. I'm like, I don't know how much I believe that. They did it for Switch 1 for sure, but I feel like every game for Switch 2 has been like $70. And I'm like, I don't know. I am very happy though that like Microsoft's bid to try and make games $80 did not go through. Idiots.
yeah.
Alright, they're both maxed out on Priest, but I don't want to change them quite yet. Do I have a Holy Water? I do. Let's see if that works. Nope.
Nope.
Did not.
Should I open my FF14 DM's guide? Or should I leave it for my parents to give me for Christmas?
Blanken. Because this is right at that sweet spot where I'm just like, it is close enough to Christmas, but I'm like leaning on like, just kind of wait, but like,
Yeah, like I could wait the 2 weeks, but at the same time, it's
I
like,
know you don't want to because you could just like sit and chill in bed with that.
I kind of don't want to, and I'm sure you're probably curious of what, you know, interesting knowledge is locked in this tome.
I'm honestly, the biggest thing I'm curious about is if there's any roleplay stuff, because that'll determine how I feel about this being a system.
Oop. Almost knocked all my stuff off.
But that's something I've heard from other people is there's like no downtime stuff.
Yeah.
Or there's no
So
like,
I can
stuff.
read to you what is listed here on the back of the book. Adventure creation tools. This book explains how to adjust or adapt existing scenarios and fates to create new scenarios, as well as how to create entirely original scenarios from scratch. It also includes new rules for streamlining complex checks outside of encounters. New rewards. Nothing excites adventurers more than promise of treasure and other rewards. The scenario in Game Master's Guide outlines how to come up with appropriate rewards to include in your scenarios and offer examples of new minions, mounts, and titles to serve as inspiration. Expanded encounter rules. Yeah. The scenario in Game Master's Guide expands on the encounter rules outlined in the standard rulebook, introducing new optional rules for difficult terrain, other types of special squares, as well as a variety of weather conditions and more. Implementing these mechanics is certain to enrich the game for groups of experienced players.
Sorry, I just went like all the way down from the top.
World Guide, a trove of supplementary information about the realm of Eorzea and beyond, can be found within the pages of this book, including introduction to deities of Eorzea and the various primals worshipped by the land's beast tribes, and the ever-present threat possessed by the Garlean Empire. Ritual scenarios contains 3 official pre-made scenarios, 1 for level 50, 55, and 60. These scenarios tie together into an overarching campaign that takes place during the events of Heavensward. Challenge duties. This book includes challenge duties, high-end content for experienced players that pit the party against brutal foes and complex encounter mechanics. The Scenario and Game Master's Guide contains 2 official pre-made challenge duties, 1 for level 50 and 1 for level 60. Fates contains 11 fates based on those found in 14, 2 for level 30, 2 for level 40, 3 for level 50, 1 for level 55, and 3 for 60. New personal quests. Expanding on the personal quests introduced in the standard rulebook, the Scenario and Game Master's Guide offers a variety of new ways in which adventurers can spend their downtime between adventures, such as building rapport with the land's various allied societies and enemy data. It includes approximately 130 different monsters and other foes, the majority of which appear in Realm Reborn and Heavensward. So that's what this big-ish book contains.
Yeah, I feel like just from our experience and just like looking at stuff, I feel like the 14 tabletop is really just like, do you want combat encounters?
Yeah. Look, it's also partially on the DM to, do the role play.
Well, no. There's no systems for roleplay, is what I'm saying. Like, we can have a back and forth conversation, but I can't do anything.
Yeah.
There's no persuasion checks. There's no dice rolling in the roleplay. I'm just talking to you.
Well, I think that kind of falls into the the possibly complex checks outside of encounters, maybe. I don't know. Does somebody have a scan of it online?
Well, remember, we looked at the one, it had, like, nothing. It had, like, downtime activities, but, like, nothing to really use it with. The fucking whimsical portraits.
Yo.
We did it!
We did it. The portraits seem like a fun thing that would be in like a crazy wizard's like porch.
Yeah.
They'll just have like magic mouth on them.
I'm trying to think of something else, and it's just like the train is stopped. It is at the station. It's waiting for its next destination. I'm like, where is it? Nope. Okay. Not do it.
Yeah, it seems like nobody has put it up on a funny site or something
Yeah.
to look at it.
I just, if there are, I think, because like with our experience, what they did was they managed to perfectly encapsulate the feeling of playing 14 while not playing 14, but that doesn't necessarily do
Yeah,
well for a tabletop game.
yeah, in a good way and a bad way.
It's like if I want to play 14, combat encounters but with dice, like that's really good. But if I want to play a tabletop game themed with FF14, it was not really that great.
Unfortunately, to a detriment. It's like, yeah, you can interact with these NPCs, but it's like it's not much that's going to change. They're going to give you your information to, lead you down to, the next thing, usually.
Yep.
But the thing is, I can then kind of fix that because I can make my own stuff, with those rules. So I don't have to rely purely on the scenarios and the modules now that they have like pre-written. I can use them as like, a benchmark of like, okay, this is how I frame an adventure here in 14. Or, I go whole hog and I make this, more akin to, how I write D&D stuff instead, but you're now using the 14 system.
Yeah.
So and I can, since I have 130 stat blocks I can now use, I can now, look at these things and go, oh, what kind of adventure do I want to put together?
Yeah, but again, it still doesn't really solve the issue of there's no tabletop outside of the combat.
But we'll see when I pour over the tome.
Like, I hope I'm wrong. I'm hoping that we just didn't get it.
Look, I am willing to try to put in the effort to try to make this system work for our group, all right?
And it's like, I think it's something that I feel like the module writers that we have run into, went to the wrong inventory. No, hold on. Should use the Seed of Life real quick. I feel like the module writers of the 5e modules we have been using, and the 14 writers, and drinking from the same pool of water here. Combat, good. Everything else, not good.
But again, I just feel like it is partially due to when a DM runs any homebrew stuff, the person who is running and setting up their homebrew whatever, they kind of have a feel for what the players like, so they can write, even if it's kind of subconsciously, they're like, yeah, I'm writing this thing and I kind of know what my players like. So you kind of write with them in mind,
well,
somewhat.
It's not even the fact of like we can discuss the quality of the roleplay in modules at another point when we have a module that has roleplay. I feel like a lot of the modules that we have run into have been more combat and dungeon centric, while really just
Yeah.
eschewing any real character roleplay other than I need to have a personality for this guy, so he's not just, hi, I fight you.
Yeah.
Hi, I sell you goods. And like there's a place for that, but like there's also like granted, the one we just did yesterday was like there wasn't gonna be a lot of role play. Like it was all at the beginning. Like there really wasn't just a lot because it was like, all right,
Yeah.
and
That's why
and it was
I
it was
said.
fun. That was fine. Like that was fine regardless. But like the Koboldzilla, man, that needed some stuff because it was just like there is a market for it, but I feel like there's a lot of things that try to do, like the Koboldzilla one tried to do the role play and it just didn't do it. I feel like they tried and they gave up. Is this only down? This is only down.
I think what might be kind of the problem is those ones that I've actually done like as a one shot aside from the Candlekeep mystery ones.
Also, ad started. Oops.
Yeah. You guys have obviously liked the Candlekeep, the two Candlekeep adventures I've run more than some of the other stuff, is because those are actual adventures that are part of this overarching narrative of going through each adventure back to back through the entire book. So it's a campaign that is kind of split between all these adventures that can then be, obviously, as most things can be, you can take this out and throw it somewhere else, and plug it in. Meanwhile, the other like one shot things of like the smaller like self-contained adventures, those are definitely obviously easier to plug in because they're so small and they're so loose and vague, but they're written that way because they are designed to either you play this as a one shot or you plug it into something. So I think that's probably what the problem is if we actually played like a larger adventure or a campaign, you guys would probably like that way more. But because of our scheduling of the game we're already playing with one of them DMing, we can't do that.
You're slightly missing what I'm putting down.
I guess.
Let's take the Koboldzilla. There were a bunch of NPCs there. Right? There were a bunch of NPCs. But there was no reason to talk to any of them.
Yeah.
Like, period. We could have gotten to town, did the little talk, and go, oh, the kobolds are missing. There's supposed to be a doomsday thing tomorrow at, like, dawn. We can go work on that. Right? Or, like, it's like, we can go in, like, we need to prepare for tomorrow. And, like, you could get that information and go, okay, go to bed, and wake up the next day and nothing changes.
Yeah. But hello,
Moxo. And that's like, yeah, there were a couple of tidbits, from a couple of them that were good for the boss fight. And I'm not gonna discredit that, but there was, it felt really bare bones. Like there could have been something here, but there just wasn't.
Yeah, but that's why I said what, as I did as an example is, I kind of felt like that was the direction, and that's kind of it, is those things, other things, don't have any repercussion or consequences attached to them because they're
No, but it's not about it's not about repercussions or consequences. That has nothing to do with it. There's just
it
nothing.
kind of does.
No, there's nothing to do. There's no character. There is a cardboard cutout with a note on it that tells me what I need to know, and then there's nothing else. I'd want there to be a character there. Can I roleplay getting some extra information out of this thing? Is there something to find? Like, let's go to the junkyard. Let's see what the kobolds stole to make this giant mech. Oh, they stole everything. Well, that doesn't really give us anything. Let's go to the clothes shop. Okay, well,
you're taking consequences at like face value, because there's good consequences aside from bad consequences. That's what I mean.
I don't think there's any consequences ever.
But that's what I mean, is they lack the good consequences even in those things of those smaller adventures that I've run. They've had neither the good nor bad consequences attached to anything. You guys are just going from point A to point B down the railroad track.
Yeah, talking to cardboard cutout A, who has a note on their face where their mouth is that says you should go talk to cardboard cutout B.
There's a magic mouth that shows up on the cardboard cutout, tells you what you need to know.
And it's like, I don't need necessarily like a grand overarching role play, in these one shots, but I'm expecting like the bare minimum. Like I'm expecting to have a conversation with the character and like roll dice and get, a little bit of information about whatever thing that we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And we don't get it.
Which is why I would really like to try to run an adventure, because a actual adventure is going to have those things of, you are going to have a back and forth with a character. You are going to have some of these characters you are going to talk to again. So if you were rude to them, they're going to remember you were rude to them, and they're going to treat you as such.
I'm not even going that far, man. I'm not even going down the road of
know,
consequence. But I can also put it this way: is Candlekeep an adventure or a module? The one we did.
That was one adventure out of the whole book.
Okay. That little bit at the beginning with the roped figures over the bodies, we got more roleplay out of that than anything else.
I know, and I even kind of flubbed that because I was trying to give you guys a different scene than what was written in the book, because it didn't make sense for your characters. Because how that adventure originally starts is the book is being brought to you, and the attendant is like, yeah, so sorry, this book was vandalized. So I'm like looking at this going, okay, why would you guys want this book, for starters? And two, they're bringing it to you guys after these two dudes were killed?
That doesn't make sense at all.
I might be like, paraphrasing a little bit, but that was kind of what my thought process was. I'm like, okay, how do these two things connect to starting this adventure? But the really interesting,
I'm gonna grind
the really interesting thing,
so.
Yeah. If I had more time, you guys probably would have enjoyed the alternate version of that adventure way more, because the alternate of that from the guide, the pack I bought off of the M's Guild, they had a full, like, kind of soft revision of it. So all the characters are still the same, basically, but what you are supposed to do from the Avowed members is go in and join the Immortal Lotus, but you don't have your weapons, and you need to, like, actually play the part of being a student there. So you have to do their lifestyle, do their, you know, all their stuff, do their training. So you have to, like, literally be a spy. So it's like, I think you guys probably would have liked that way more, but I didn't have the time to try to figure that out.
I love you're also like, yeah, you have to actually like pretend at being a student and be a spy, and in the expanded one, and then in the other one we just kind of wrote it in anyway.
Yeah.
Which was hysterical. I had a really good time. Like, so it's like, again, to put your mind at ease. Like, so for for the people who, you know, obviously weren't there, which is everybody but me and Isaac here.
Yeah.
As a paladin with 0 dex and 2 charisma, because most of my spells really don't deal with DC. So I was just like, okay, whatever. I'll focus on, you know, con and strength. Not really good for sneaking around and, you know, lying, or doing performances. So I hid essentially off map while our 2 warlocks were, you know, doing their thing. And like sneaking around, playing it, being students, and it was a chunk of time where I just, you know, I wasn't there. But I actually had a great time listening. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Because they role played it. They were sneaking around trying to find information while playing it, being students. And it was fun.
Yeah.
And lest you ever worry about, like, oh, I didn't like you didn't do anything. It's fine. I also agreed to it, so like,
Yeah.
I knew. I said what I did, knowing that I would probably not be involved in any of the scenes whatsoever. But
Oh, I know.
I'm not, and that's without trying to be Bosco.
Yeah.
That's a joke for
But
us.
it was kind of, you know, again, in your guys' favor, because you knocked out, like, you killed 2 more dudes that would have been probably at the front or in, you know, a different encounter.
Yeah.
And because I then had to figure out, okay, how are they going to hold themselves up? So if you guys had just started, you know, guns a-blazing, or you guys, you know, had to fight at the front, the guys from the garden would have come in, and then probably, like, halfway through that combat, like that, they would have, you know, any survivors, you know, after a few rounds would go to the training yard and alert the people at the training yard, and they would have come over.
Yep.
So instead of you guys having this, like, wave after wave of dudes, like, you guys were able to take those kind of at your own pace because they were turtling.
Yep.
Because that's, like, the unfortunate thing with, like, yeah, sure, that's a big map, but it's a big open map.
I
So-
think in the grand scheme of things, I think it worked out way better to do what we did.
Yeah. So I know obviously none of you have, you know, fireball, but it's just like, that's definitely, like, a common thing that could happen is, yeah, you just fireball the first group. Everyone in the compound, in the temple there, is going to hear that fireball go off.
Yeah.
So it's just like, well, now you have alerted the entire place. Congratulations.
Yeah, that was also just something, and this is where I'm just not entirely thrilled with Paladin, but I get it. It's the variety of spells that Paladin gets is not amazing.
I gave you the funny homebrew ones.
I didn't like any of them. I love
That's
that
surprising.
the healing one on the healing one wasn't enough. And the first smite on that list is just worse divine smite because it's an action. Like that radiant smite it's word for word divine smite.
Yeah, that's the point.
But it's an action.
That was the point. Yeah, it's an action you take when you swing. All of them are.
No, it is a literal action. The other one, the Divine Smite from 2024, is a bonus action that you take when you hit with a melee weapon. It's just worse.
That is not how it was supposed to be, read, because that is how it's intended to be. It is still, the Radiant Smite is still, standard Divine Smite, but they just worded it, to fit in line with all the other smites that they made.
Read it again. The casting time of one Radiant Smite is an action. You make one attack with the weapon used in the spell's casting. Target takes a 2d8 radiant damage on the hit, and an extra d8 if the target is a fiend or an undead. If the attack misses, you don't expend the spell slot. The damage is increased by 1d8, so by doing that, I lose out on extra attack at higher levels.
No.
Yes.
Without looking back at that PDF, it mentions at 5th level that you can do it on your first attack only.
That's more words to do what was already a thing.
Yes, I know, but I am just saying.
I know, but regardless, the other ones weren't really that appealing. Like 2d4 healing on that smite wasn't really that good.
Yeah, because it's healing word as a smite.
Yeah, except I have less spell slots to do it with, so I'm like, it's not really that much healing. It's not that great. So I didn't want that one.
Oh no, you're like first or second level spell slot that you heal yourself and someone else for 2d4 plus your modifier. I can't believe it is so undertuned.
No, I only get to heal one other person. I don't get to heal myself. Creature of your choice you can see within 30 feet of the target regains hit points equal to 2d4 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Well, I am sorry I tried to give you some options for utility.
I looked at it.
Other than I do the damage.
I looked at it and just, it didn't.
No, because I would have went crazy with those. Like, I want to play a paladin. I want to use these. I want to fuck up encounters with those. Because a lot of those are, like, encounter fuckers. In a good way.
The punishing smite was like, yeah, this is nice, but like, it's that punishing smite was never gonna come up because it
It's like
has.
imagine you froze Bach May.
I don't even know what Frozen does.
Well, that was also part of the other problem is they never added the conditions from the Warlock, the Dragon Warlock, that has all of those conditions listed. So the Dragon Warlock has all those conditions listed in its PDF that are listed there in that PDF, which I still find really silly.
I mean, we can just start adding. You can just start adding them on Twitter or whatever. Be like, you guys need to put the conditions in when they're referenced. Otherwise, we don't know what they do.
Yeah, but I mentioned when that came out, like in August, I think it was, on their Patreon, that there were people already on their Patreon posts that were mentioning that, and nothing came of it. But from what I remember, what the frozen condition does is they are restrained. They have the restraint condition, and they're vulnerable to fire and bludgeoning damage. But if they take 20 damage of either of those, they automatically break out.
Okay.
I know, like, I tried, passing that to Rydex of like, hey, would I be able to, like, use this as for my Breath Smite? And they were like, no, that's way too good. I'm like, I guess.
Some amidst flattening smite. I think a lot of it was just like I just didn't want to look at it too much because it was so last minute.
Yeah, I know.
So I probably would have looked more at it had I known, or had I not had work.
Yeah.
Because flattening smite would have been nice.
Look, I don't blame you for being like, yeah, some of these seem undertuned for what I like for my playstyle. But as, I, who, have looked at a lot of things, I'm just like, no, this is like balance and it is good. It has its use. It's like all those smites are good. They are balanced to a pretty fair degree.
I still don't know about the healing one.
The reason why I say it is good is because you're already hitting something. So with you keeping your action economy, you are healing someone. So instead of any other class being, yeah, I need to use my bonus action to heal someone, you are, 1, hitting a fucker, 2, you're healing somebody, your bonus action's still free. So if you were, for some reason a paladin who had a feat that gave you a bonus action attack, you could then, okay, I use my bonus action to bonk this fucker.
Yeah.
Or you could then, use your lay on hands on somebody.
It's an action.
bonus in 2024, but yeah.
Oh. I wish I'd known that.
I thought you did.
No, it's why I held my action.
I mean, you can still technically hold an action for a bonus action spell anyways, so...
I know, but like, I thought it was like my whole action to do it, so I held it. Because I could have, bonus action healed myself and just done 2 attacks. And been like, okay, I hit her twice, the burning damage is inconsequential. In the grand scheme.
Yeah.
I didn't know that at the time, but, I probably would have made that choice.
No, unfortunately, the Burning Strike was you take a d4 at the end of every turn.
I assume that stacks.
No.
So the burning is just 1d4 forever?
I mean, not forever.
I mean, but there's no way for it to go up, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's no way for it to go up.
Okay.
I mean, there might be, maybe if you upcast it, but, as a spell, instead of, a feature that I gave her. But what I was doing, since you were immediately like, oh, that's only 2 damage because I took, the flat average of the d4, and you're just like, whatever. I was like, okay, fucker. I started doing, 1 more every turn.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Eventually, I would have decided to take the action to do it, but it was just like, with it being so close to the end of the combat, I'm like, this is not doing a ton of damage. I'm just going to take the time and hit these guys twice and destroy them.
Yeah. I understand, because obviously most people would be like, whatever, fuck the dot. That takes away my action. My action I need for hitting people.
It also helps, immediately the next turn after I was like, okay, I only took a little bit of that damage, and I didn't take any damage from that round. That round after I did the lay on hands, I was like, okay, I can, I internally was like, okay, even if that was the lower end of the dot, I'm going to take more this turn. This is the best chance that I have to deal a bunch of damage to her and get her out of the fight.
Yeah.
So I took that chance.
Okay, yeah. When you cast it as a 3rd level or higher, both the initial damage and the burning is increased by 1d4. Yeah, but what it is for Paladin, Ranger, and Spellblade, it's a bonus action. On a hit, they take 44 fire damage and begin to burn. On a miss, the target takes half damage and does not start to burn. The burning target sheds bright and dim of 10 feet each and takes 1d4 at the end of each of its turns. The target or the creature, another creature within 5 feet can use an action to extinguish it. If you target a weapon with the light property, you can immediately make a single weapon attack with it as part of the same action of casting the spell. Once you make one attack with the targeted item, the spell ends.
Yeah, also, there, I did see your statement. It's like, are you talking video game or tabletop game with that?
Yeah, very important distinction.
Yeah, there are a couple of, there were a couple that I looked at with the smites, and I was like, I don't think this would be really good for me. Video game, okay. And then there are some other good ones. I'll be honest with you, I straight up missed Flattening Spite. I probably would have taken that. But a lot of them were like, this is good, if we had a different party comp.
Yeah.
Is like if I had just a lot of these, if I had someone who would be within 5 feet of me, you know, doing attacks, like suddenly
Yeah.
like 4 more of these would have been viable. Just, but because like, and there's like, no shame against this, like they were both playing warlocks that were, you know, casters and they weren't playing hexblade. Just they weren't. I was like, okay, well. And as it turns out, like, you know, a lot of these other ones, these reaction ones, were like, like they weren't really casters, so a lot of these wouldn't have done super well.
No. Because all of these things, like, would be spell-like effects, so
Yeah.
they're not spells.
And yeah, Monster Hunter style game that's single player is so sad. It's very sad.
I mean, that's how I play Monster Hunter now.
I know, but like the idea of like I could buy Monster Hunter Wilds tonight, install it, and we could play together. That is a draw
Yeah.
of Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so we're all grinded up. I realized everyone was so close to mastering. I was like, let's just grind this out.
Mm-hmm.
Take a little bit of time. Zoom, switch worlds. I will also say, so for those running 5e, either 2024 or 2014, and I'm gonna kind of push for this. I don't know what the other are planning on playing in the next campaign we do, but I want to push for this to be a rule that we use. Like the one we're using in our current mini campaign is prep casters. Obviously, you follow all the same rules, but I think the idea of going, all right, you can, like, non-prep casters can change out one spell or cantrip at a long rest in a safe place. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, you can have some situations where, like, you rest a week in downtime. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to change, you know, all of my spells because I only have, like, 3 or something. But, like, I think that's fine. It's like, occasionally you just run into that. But, like, because I'm listening to the Prince Division from the Unexpectables right now, and just their wild magic sorcerer Gibby, the person playing her, she just did not take into account all of what Melf's Minute Meteors entails.
Yep.
And just she never used it. So it's,
but that's just kind of the problem with, like, I guess not a problem, but it's like Monty, you know, usually is very strict with, you know, going rules as written, and she's not going to bend them.
well, I know, but like we can talk about how she rolls things all the way down Dave, but that is something that happens, and you just have this dead spell basically. You're just not going to use it, and I don't particularly think that it's like, yeah, that frees up the spell slot for something else, but I don't think that's particularly fun because the fun of playing a caster is having the options.
Yeah.
Because they
But
listen. If we want to
also,
talk about
like,
running stuff rules as written, there's a ton of stuff they screwed up in that campaign. There's a ton of it. Also, apparently, sorcerers can't ritual cast, which is dumb.
Yeah.
She was just like, yeah, I know rules is written, sorcerers can't ritual cast. That's stupid. So I let them do it.
Yeah. But that was also, you know, her running a game, you know, from years ago. So now, you know, she might, be like, no, it would be more fun for you to be able to change out your spell because you can't use it.
Yeah.
That's like, maybe she would have, allowed during some downtime time for her to change that out. Who knows? But especially for any home games, allow that to happen. If somebody really needs to change a cantrip or a spell, let them do it. if it means, at the bare minimum they have to do it down during downtime, so be it.
I personally think relegating it to level up is too long.
Yeah.
Now, obviously,
the other
go ahead.
the other important thing, the very important thing, is I think a lot of people are okay with it because the general amount of time is 3 to 4 sessions is a level up.
Yeah, it's also like, I'm not saying that everybody should be a prep caster, but I could be like, yeah, you long rested in town, you get to change out one spell, right? Like, I
Yeah.
think that's okay. And then also, like, the other rules would still change. Like, on a level up, you'd be able to change everything at the same time. You wouldn't have to.
Yeah, but that's probably, generally why that rule for, bards and sorcerers and all that are what they are, is because you're not typically going to be playing 10 sessions of the same level. Because that's also how modules, are kind of structured and set up. Like their adventure modules, is you're typically playing upwards of 5 sessions, then you're leveling. And, you're not spending like campaign 2 of Unexpectables where they're spending a year being level 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they chose to do all this side stuff, and they totally avoid doing the main point.
I do. They ran into the same issue, quote unquote, that we ran into with our current little mini campaign. It's like, you guys keep doing all this side stuff. It's like, because you keep making it interesting. If you want us to do the main thing, stop giving us side stuff. Which I find that so funny, because she was like, you guys aren't doing the side stuff. You keep making all of the side stuff interesting, and we want to do it.
Yep.
Really do be like that. Although in our case, it was more like we were getting too many things to do. It's like, well, it's time sensitive, so, well, that's really far away. Our job's like right here, so we don't want to do
Yep.
it. Okay. Let's... Lovely first turn. Just looking at my spells and I don't have Frizz. It just starts at Frizzle. I was like, what the? Okay. Yeah, Zashin has Frizz, and so it exists, but whatever. Heck. Okay. I think this week what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take more time to listen to the Unexpectables, because they're, now that I'm at home for like another, few weeks, I have time.
Mhm.
And I don't have to deal with the obnoxious amount of ads.
Yeah.
I mean, if it keeps being that bad, I honestly am considering maybe now. It's like the ads are absolutely obnoxious. This is like unwatchable on mobile.
Yeah, that's why I got premium.
I can't afford it.
I know.
Also, I really do need to sign into my main account on my mobile. I have a separate one for whatever reason, I don't remember. But it's just like, that's just, if there was a version of premium that was like, you were paying $8 a month and you don't get ads, you don't get any other features, I could pay for it. But they don't have it because they're stupid.
Yeah.
So it's like, here, pay $17 a month or whatever for like all of these things, all these features, and no ads. And I'm like, but I don't do that. And it's like, I don't think joining the channel eliminates the ads either. I don't think like subscribing to them with like money and using that feature does anything either.
I don't know.
Oh, I hit the wrong button.
You did it.
Nope.
Proud of you.
I did the wrong inventory again. Here. Several shards of courage. We missed a mini medal, but I'll have to go back on my own. Or at some other point. Speaking of at another point, can I zoom from here? I can. What was I say? Oh, Tuesday stream. It's Final Fantasy 14 because there's the new patch and we're both here and I want to do it. Like, 'cause I really want to do this patch. Like, as soon as possible.
Yep.
There's multiple reasons for this patch, but I really want to do it. So we're gonna do it.
Yeah, there's a ton.
There's a ton this patch. I
There's
really
a
want to do it.
ton.
We got honestly the raid storyline that I am quite possibly the most interested in ever in this game. I want to do those. I want to finish that out. Then we got
MSQ.
Which
we
is
got Hildy.
I don't know if that's coming.
The raid.
I don't know if Hildy's coming out on the day of though.
Oh, probably not. You're right.
But still, like, there's this patch in particular. Like,
I just thought so because it was in the trailer.
It might, but I don't. We'll look at the patch notes when we can make that decision when we get there. But I don't know about you. I kind of want to do the raid storyline first.
Yeah, that's fine. We can see the Ellison mommy woman. I wonder if she's gonna be before the Surfer Bros or not. That's what has me curious on, like, what order are we gonna be having these fights in?
She's probably 10. Because remember if the twins, or actually no, hold on, she's probably not, because if the twins are 10, she has to be 9 because the other elf guy is the champion.
Yeah.
Remember? So, which means everyone's favorite announcer is probably in the 12, which is really funny. I can't wait.
Gonna have to wait and see.
I'm gonna laugh so hard if it's like someone from left field.
Brute Bomber.
It's Brute Bomber. Wait.
He was the chairman all along.
Oh my god. It could be. We never saw him transform, I think. I'd have to look at the cutscene again, but I think he was transformed when we got there. I don't remember. I wonder.
I don't know. It's been a while.
YouTube. M7 theme FF14. Yeah, I'm looking at this cutscene right now. I think he was transformed already when we got there. I need to watch that cutscene. But if he was transformed when we got there, there's a very real possibility which would be hysterical.
And it fits for wrestling too.
Because they could have just given those to somebody else. Just because the only remnant was the hair and the fact he could do a lariat. So I'm just saying, there's technically a chance.
literal paid actor, Abominator.
Abominator. God, that would be so funny. People would be so upset. I would laugh my ass off.
Yeah.
I would laugh my ass off. So hard. Don't worry, we're all sharing the same bed.
Yippee.
Yippee!
It's my favorite 14 mount.
It is, in fact, a mount. Bet you've never seen a bed this neat. I'm Matt. Nice to meet you. It sure would be rude not to thank you for fetching the shard and stuff, so go on, take the bed. It's yours. Not like I need it. I can fly by myself. I can't thank you enough. So long, and don't fall asleep while flying.
Ghost bed.
We went to the spirit world for a second. It's the bed! You're terrorizing this poor woman. Da 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 da.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
Oh. There we go. So we can't fly over forests, and I don't think we can fly over mountains, so we can only fly over, like, stuff we have a path with, basically, but...
Mm-hmm.
Ta-da! Flying! This terrifies me, just this.
Yeah. There's a void in the map.
There's a tower. I think this is... Okay, this is... So that specifically, it's locked anyway. We could technically get in if we want, but we have no reason to. That's, like, I think the first area that has no level cap for jobs. So eventually we'll be, like, that's just going to be where we grind, is that area. If I need jobs, at least. Yeah, we've gotten here already. Yeah, there's just a bunch of random islands. Not sure what's supposed to be down here, but...
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Is this place? I see it right here. Is that Clearvale? Okay, so what's this?
What's this? What's this?
There's no town nearby, so it's just a random cave. How much money do I have? Oh, I can't look at the menu. I have 1,000. Okay, so if we freaking die going into that cave, then whatever. Obviously, this bed is only for the Dream Realm. We also do have the boat, but I think we've landed on the only place we can with the boat. There's a hold there. But we can't even go there anyway. Well, maybe we can. Hold on. This... No. No, yeah, it's completely blocked off. Blocked off by trees.
Tree. Behold our trees. They block your path.
There's that. What's here? Hi? The rogue town of Turnscote.
Get out.
Alright, well, we're not supposed to be here. I can tell you that much.
Well, yeah.
Cause, no, like, this is, like, way later on the walkthrough, I think. So, where are we going? I think we haven't been here yet. We can... Actually, no, this is all trades, so yeah, we've been here. Okay. So we got the flying bed, that means there's something in the dream world that we need to go to. Yeah, we did come up through there. Because yeah, there's the cave.
Ugh.
Because we can go to this house.
House spa. The nice lakeside view.
Where are we at? And we can make our way over there. Let me just... Can I whistle? Do we have anyone who has that? No, but you're missing some HP, actually. Let me just top off real quick.
Slim.
Okay, well, I like this, but this doesn't tell me what I want to know.
This could mean anything.
Literally could mean anything.
This fucker means literally anything. Nice.
Very nice. Good lord, okay.
Here we go. Damn, only one level.
We are pretty high level, all things considered.
Yeah,
Like, we're probably going to end this game around level 40.
yeah. Checks out.
It's actually wisdom plus 6. Let's go. Alright, literally doesn't mean anything, so try again. All new, but doesn't necessarily mean we can't. Okay.
Fairly fine.
Okay. I mean, you're being a butt now, but... It's fine. We have ways of dealing with you. Nice. Nice. Extra nice. Alright, low jinks are a problem, I think.
Yeah.
We can go in here.
Him. Again.
I think we need to take care of that. Hatchet Man on you. Frizzle. Oh, okay, well. That's fine.
And then he ran away.
I love the animation for the weird dance.
Ooh.
I don't like Fizzle. Thankfully, you got the one person who doesn't have spells. Actually, you didn't get the only person who has spells, rather. This is a sprint attack. I just don't know where we are. I'm like, I have a guide, but that's like, it's only for if I get stuck.
Yeah.
Which, if we run into it, I could potentially just look and we can just go like, all right, we'll go treasure hunting. Like, I'm not against doing that. We probably should. Can't imagine how we would have made it here without it. It's true. This is the back end of Beyond. Are they even gonna understand us here?
Wow.
That's coming from Amos, by the way. Oh my gosh. Okay. Welcome to Dullerton, a village that's not even interesting enough to live up to its name. I rather like this village. In Dullerton, a fella could really catch up on his napping in a place like this.
But Carver, that's bad. You should never need to catch up on sleep.
It's true.
Edge bassoon.
Edge bassoon. I also know something else we can do when we get a chance, but
Guard dog.
gourd dog. Do 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 do. Oh, he's got a name. Okay, well, you're not shopped. You got stuff outside. You really couldn't think of anywhere better to go? If it's rumors of Max Wynn and his mighty armor that brought you here, I'm sorry to disappoint. It's been 5 long years since he bashed out his last breastplate and vanished into thin air. Only 5 years too late.
I imagine he was like the peace sign guy. He finished one piece of armor, just peace, boom.
What do you got? Was down the dose, so he said that was unusually evil for Dulatin. Wondered what the point of hammering out yet another helmet was. Life work was to protect people, yet no matter how hard he worked, people were still being killed by monsters. He disappeared into thin air, never to be seen or heard of again. Maybe Wynn fell down a hole? You might be in the dream world, but we gotta figure out how to get here in the dream world.
I'm gonna go get water.
Do it.
Etchba soon. Well.
This place is crazy. Sister Gran rode into town armed with nothing but a pure heart and some poor jokes. If only she'd come here a bit sooner. Oh no, it's an unexpected in Dullerton. Pocket slash, but we've got like actual skills now, so. Or I can just put everyone to sleep. So I use my unique branding hammer to cheer people up and give them back the will to live. Sure. Slime walks into a bar and the barman says, "Why so blue?" There's none more fun than a nun with a pun. It's true. So there's like literally nothing here. Like obviously there's this, you know, this dog in this house we can't get into. Okay. So we can't zoom back here, so we're gonna have to like make our way back here at some point. Like there's not even a place to rest there. That's how like backwoods that place is. Nice crit. Do 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 do.
I am Beko.
Welcome back, oh.
Can't believe they don't have infant structure. No infant.
Random enemy, go for it.
I'm excited to see how they change Aurum Vale and Darkhold.
Yeah, we can look at that too.
The dungeons we have been seeing for kind of ever both suck.
If they can make them not suck, then I can say without a doubt the worst dungeon in the game is Strayborough.
Yeah.
I look forward to it. Honestly, my default response now is like, I didn't mind Strayborough. I'm like, it must be nice to live close to the server. There's a lot of damage. I didn't think you'd take a chunk out of Millie like that. Like, I know Mage squishy, but jeez. There's something there, but I don't think we can get there either. I mean, that's Weaver's Peak, so we can get there. Just, you know, how with the bet? Yeah, we can get that missing bit of map. We just never went. Alright, so I think I know where we need to go because I looked at the guide just a little bit, but let's just poke our heads around. We got nothing to do. Nothing urgent.
So you know how the steamed hams is obviously a big beeb, and everybody has, you know, a different compilation of it.
Yeah.
So there's apparently a compilation that is steamed hams, but every single frame is sorted quietest to loudest. Never change. Meme community.
I think my favorite thing ever that I saw was Eggman's speech, but it's sorted alphabetically.
Yeah.
Just just the three F-bombs in a row. It's like fuck fucking just in a row. It just causes me to lose it every time. If you haven't seen it, go to YouTube. Go to, like, obviously finish watching this. Go to YouTube and search Eggman's speech, but in alphabetical order, and it's so funny. Because he screams it. There's just one word. It's just piss. As the sea swallows their islands. Could be Sorceria, perhaps, the fabled city of magic that sunk below the ocean eons ago. Your journey is related to this ancient calamity? Just who are you people? We're just your average travelers. Glad didn't see what she saw. We came in there, asked for a fortune telling, and we traumatized her.
Yep.
Do 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 do.
Okay, I now understand how Austin John was able to likely get a 3% catch rate with a beast ball. Because apparently the donuts, depending on the level of your catching power, gives you extra percentages. So like a level 3 catching power gives you plus 30%. So that like 1% is, you know, like 3% or whatever with the max catching power. Which still, I applaud people who have the patience to roll a 3% on your shiny Pokemon in a Beast Ball, but my god.
I could do it like once. Oh, neat. Here's your multiplayer thing for this game.
Wow.
Do you know about the well far north of here across the sea? Leaving that well into... Okay, I think we've already been there, though. I'm Sharon Hope. I'm the maid. It's for dreamers from all over come to share their hopes and dreams with others. You look like the dreaming type. Should give dream sharing a try. Sure. Everyone has dreams, right? Some are exotic, some are silly, some are private. And most are mysterious. Why not share with them with others for a little outside interpretation? If that sounds good, then Sweet Dreams is a dream come true for dreamers like you. First, the paperwork. I need you to fill out a simple profile. Yeah. The Insomnopedia for your dream card. Remember, this was on a game that didn't really have wireless constant transmission, so like you couldn't just like street pass.
Yeah.
Appearance, disposition, occupation, hobby, and speech style. Alright. Bunny. Him.
Him.
Why is Carol here? It's just this random Dragon Quest characters that are here. We can be Mira. Be a cock.
Be a whole cock.
One big old cock. All right, what's our disposition? A warped disposition. Short-tempered, tomboyish. The gluttonous disposition. I would call us witty.
Yeah.
Pick an occupation. My occupation is preschooler. I'm a company drone. Where's Bunny? My occupation is daughter. It's my job. I'm a patty cake princess. I'm an agent of evil. I'm the boss. You don't have Bunny on here. I guess cosplayer works. Is there that one? Patty cake princess is funny.
Yeah.
Cosplayer. Pick a hobby, Bunny. Video game, gaming. What else do we got? Nothing that's not. Rugby is a dark horse of a poll to put in here, but
Right.
Snorkeling. My hobby is television. That's my whole hobby.
Television.
What other dark horses do we got on here? Do we have any others? My hobby is dieting. Yeah, it was just like rugby and dieting are like this weird ones. These speeches at the top screen are sending me.
Yeah.
Hey there, stranger. I'm Isgon, and I'm one witty dreamer. By day, I'm a cosplayer, but after hours, I like to let my hair down and get deep into gaming. You know what? This works. I think that I don't need to see the other ones, but we should. All right. Net set. Oh God. Oh God. Oh my God. No, I'm gonna put this on the big one. I can't even read this. Oh my God.
Oh my God, who are you? Gross. Oh, lol. JK, I'm Isgon. I'm a cosplayer. Nice to meet you.
That's
My
what the
friends
two and a
all
you.
say. My friends all say I'm witty, but I'm all like, whatever. Lol. I totally heart gaming, by the way.
BTW. Excuse you.
BTW.
I have tears in my eyes.
Good. Good.
Good. I have to read this. I had to watch the rest of that meme. I was like, okay, what's this video? The guy just like choosing a monster for the gym. Just goes up, picks up one monster. It's like it just starts like roll and roll and roll. He puts it back, it stops.
Yeah, because I was watching it like without audio, and like, I'm like, I watched the whole thing without audio. I'm like, okay, what's a joke? I'm assuming this is like the joke is whatever the audio is playing. And then I started with the audio. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. I understand.
So for all those speaking of no audio, for those who watched the Game Awards, I've already mentioned my feelings about the trailer, but I don't remember what game it was. It was some random game Ben Starr is in. I don't remember the name of it. Starts with an S. I think it was like Celeste or something like that. But so we were I was with my static for 14 and we were just waiting for a party finder to fill up. So we were watching without audio and just like looking at the trailers and kind of like all having the same reaction. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of not great. Well, one of the games, one of the people like either won an award or it was like a trailer. I don't remember. But they were talking for a bit and there was no audio, so I have no idea what they were saying. And then it just shifts to Ben Starr just with an awkward smile and doing 2 thumbs up for like 5 seconds. And then it goes back. And no audio. So I have no clue why they did this.
Incredible.
And I was dying. So it turns out, what it was is he was in this game, and the person on stage, and Ben Starr will do anything for money, and it just shifts camera. He's just doing the awkward double thumbs up. But I don't think I'm gonna forget that for a while. Was just the awkward, just the no audio, watching through it, and just suddenly Ben Starr doing double thumbs up out of nowhere. Hold on. Let's see. Can I make? Because we tried this already, so we can't do the copy pasta. And if I had a better memory, I would just continue from where the last one left off.
Yeah.
But I don't remember. There you go. Here's my dream. I don't have any other ones. There. I could use some pocket money. Yeah. The bustling barnyard, the scary prairie, the secret meeting, the level up lobby. I like the level up lobby. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
That's my leveling party finder, the level up lobby. There's a bunch of these. That's the bustling barnyard. What's the level up lobby look like?
Wow.
Yeah? Dreamers from other worlds view it, leave comments on it. For every 3 dreamers you dream share, I survey all the comments and formulate feedback. Register at least 10 dream cards in the Insomnipedia. Okay, well, we can't do that, so that's kind of it. I should be checking if there's, like, missable stuff.
Probably a good idea. No, I don't think so. Oh, that was a place. Okay. Hold on. Man. I don't think we can get there. Doesn't look like it. I do believe that is... Actually, no. We can look around, like, this inner bit on the left. It's like fully... Take a look. Oh, hold on. There's this well. There's this. I think right there is... Yeah, that's some more. So we can just...
Go in here.
House bar.
Whole house. Mini. Oh, so what I did do, I forgot to mention off screen. You probably saw it when I was navigating the menus. I did get 25 mini medals and I turned it in for the Raging Ruby. It's like 20 extra attack. So, that's pretty good.
We're good.
Castle Swanstone, home of the famous Mirror Princess. Its real residents hold the key to the floodgate south of Somnia. Okay. A Scarewell.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Best Falcon Slash. Fribzel. Okay, we'll try it again. Alright, where are we going? So now we're in the real world again. It's to always remember the path home. Line up 20 monsters, I bet I could knock them all down without breaking a sweat. Well, here's your chance. There's at least 2. Nice. Leonoceros. Ow. I want to be the very beast. That's 50% of the bestiary. Doo-dee-doo-doo.
Had a spoonful of ice cream in my mouth. So this place is like weirdly connected to the dream world because they're like, yeah, go down the well and you'll find Castle Swanstone, which holds the floodgate key. But that floodgate only exists in the dream world, potentially? Alright, what do we got? The Druid Mantle. Okay, not amazing. It's good for Ashlyn. Heavy armor. Here we go. Some good stuff. Airmore.
Magic shield. An iron mask. So like the heavy armor is what we're looking at for armor. Weapons. Staff of Anti-Magic is nice. The Saw Blade is not worth it. It's only one better. Dream Blade for Amos would be good. But I think I would much rather put the money into getting heavy armor for some people. Now, speaking of money... we got a fair nest egg built up from stuff. Is there an inn? It's not seem like there is, which is really annoying because we've just been going along and I'm like, I hope I reach an inn soon. This would be nice.
Nope, no inn. Only suffer.
I wonder what sort of riddles hide behind the princess in the mirror. Well, if you let me save, we can find out. What's that?
What'd you say?
We did a thing. What'd you do?
Oh. That was probably my ice cream.
Ah.
Because it's like partially melted in the container. So you probably heard it like sliding back down. Ice cream ASMR.
I appreciate what Monty said. I mean, it's just like I could never do ASMR because the temptation to just scream into the microphone randomly is too strong.
Yeah, but the thing is, there are people who apparently can get away with anti ASMR. I don't know, like actually loud noises, because like I think Kobo did a stream like that of her just the most obnoxious sounds and stuff for a stream. So it's just like clanking of like pans and like really obnoxious stuff like that. I'm just like, who would watch this?
There's also like the videos that are like, you know, X hours of silence but interrupted by, you know, random things. Like I know there's
those
one with the Lego Yoda death sounds.
Yeah, but those have like a niche for like challenge stuff. Like, you know, Monty, like for her Minecraft stuff, she was playing Minecraft and trying to beat the Ender Dragon, but while she was doing that, she had like one of those things, and
no, it was like a ton of them all at once.
Yeah,
it was like a subathon thing. I'd love to have a subathon at one point, but we gotta get the viewership first.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, most of the time people will use like the 1 hour silence broken by a thing for something and not just listening. But I think Double D mixed up a 1 hour broken up by a fart with reverb. Because she specifically asked him, hey, can you make me one of those, so, you know, for my Minecraft thing?
Perfect. What's this door do? It's just fast exit, okay.
Well,
Cat is fast asleep.
well.
Let's return to my throne room. Well, we have business with you about the Mirror Princess. I got like something in my left eye, and I'm just like, ah! Or it feels like something is.
Then go rinse your eyeball.
Nah, if I thought it would work, I would do it. Just got a tissue, and I'm just gonna
Dabaruski.
It's normally like my allergies like do some stuff like that occasionally. It's really annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So can I allow you to see the mirror, princess? My father was a king who showed the princess to anyone and everyone who drops by, but I'm not my father. You're traveling the word, yes? Yeah, we have Frost Mirror. I'm just gonna hold on. I mean, just in case this leads to, like, a boss fight or something. That truly Frost Mirror. What's that?
Just wait. Boss fight. You fool, you didn't roll a 16 to see that monk who was hiding in the wall there.
Didn't I roll like a 15?
You did.
So sad. Alright, where is Gambia Road?
No, don't open the mirror. Leave me be.
I had to be like 2 steps closer. A terrifying sorcerer.
Brr, brr, brr.
What was that monstrosity that appeared behind the princess? There's something I need to check right away. Join me upstairs when you are ready. Please, I beg you. You smell that? Smell boss fight.
Boss fight. How rare is the boss fight?
What's that?
How rare is the boss fight?
What do you mean, how rare?
Medium rare, well done.
Legendary.
Oh, legendary. I don't think I've ever had a legendary rarity steak.
What? You haven't been to that one restaurant? It's like, how do you want your steaks? It's like, oh, I'll have my rare legendary. It's like, that's not how it works. The steak comes out, it's glowing blue, and the legendary is glowing orange.
I've definitely seen the meme, but...
Alright, so let's go to Somnia.
But anytime I think of like steaks and their like doneness, I always think back to the King of the Hill clip of like Bobby being like, "So Dad, like, what if somebody asks for their steak to be well done?"
You tell them politely but firmly to leave.
We tell them firmly but politely to leave. I'm like, wow.
It's so funny. Was it in like the the reboot, soft reboot, or whatever you want to call it. Wasn't it? Was it Bobby who became a big old chef?
Yes.
Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something I appreciate about King of the Hill in hindsight, was Bobby wasn't stupid. Bobby was just
No. Innocent.
Bobby was a kid.
Yeah, Bobby was a kid. And did all the things a kid would do.
That's
for
my
better or for worse.
That's my purse. I don't know you, he said from a woman's self-defense class.
Yeah.
That episode is also kind of pure because he's just like, I want to learn self-defense. Why does it matter if it's a woman's self-defense class? I could still learn something, right?
Yep.
He took that lesson to heart.
Sure did.
I just appreciate it. I think there was something that was just like, it's like, yeah, self-defense is self-defense. There's no fucking honor here. Kick him in the balls and run away.
Yeah.
Also, story of a wicked sorcerer called Spiegel who does not approve of their budding romance. Classic fairy tale. The story in this book is different. The prince and the princess do not live happily ever after. The monster we just saw in Ra's mirror is the sorcerer Spiegel from the book. There's no mistaking it. The resemblance is uncanny. This means Spiegel must still be alive. That is why the princess's curse cannot be lifted. Told me that one of the purposes of your journey is to rid the world of any remaining monsters, yes? I beg of you, find this Spiegel and defeat him.
I'm the great evil wizard, Spiegel.
Spiegel lives at the top of a tower surrounded by a lake located to the north of his castle. Of course, there's no tower to the north of here, so goddess knows how we'll ever find him. If you do manage to find the tower, try casting Peep in front of the door. According to the story in the book, that's the only way to get inside the tower. What would happen if you cast Sizzle by mistake? Let's go ahead.
The tower starts on fire.
Withdraw all our money.
Great, now the tower is evil and on fire.
Alright, so we want, let's see, 2 of these.
I'll turn this place into a burning wasteland. It'll look exactly the same, but except on fire.
There you go. You. Your full plate will go to Nevin. All right. There's a funny achievement here that I'd like to do before we end. It's from the entrance to Spiegel's Spire, reach and defeat Spiegel within 1 minute, 30 seconds or less. The battle is in menu pause and the world map resets it. now we've hard saved. I need to drop off the money. But there's our hard save. I have an itch on one spot between my shoulder blades. There we go. Checking what this place has in it. Oh, we're apparently like really short on mini medals. We get like 40 by now.
Wow.
We can go get a platinum sword, so we can actually go do that real quick.
Probably a good idea.
And we gotta go to the dream world anyway, so. So we're 9 medals short. So I'll look for those tomorrow. Alright, medal 2. Okay, so obviously this is a guide on game facts for a game from the DS era. I don't know when this achievement came out, but it came out way after the fact. I'm just gonna read this excerpt to you from the guide. The door will repel you, but cast Peep with the leading character and it will open. I entered this place hoping for a challenge, maybe something complicated like Nightmare Tower in Dragon Quest V, but it's insultingly simple, and you could run through here in a matter of minutes. I saw just the irony of that being the word choice when that's the achievement. It's really funny. Level 40, there's the Miracle Sword. Obviously we won't have it for this boss fight unless I really just get whomped, but in which case we'll go find the mini medals. I know we didn't do the Seeds of Reason dungeon, and there's probably random stuff everywhere. Ooh, it's not better than the Dream Blade, but Amos, you need a weapon upgrade. There you go. Save a bunch of money. Ooh, you can weird the Carter's sword, so you deal a little bit more damage. 3, 8, yeah, let's just put that in the bag. Alright. Okay, so there's the Spiegelspire way down there. I think we want to go to... I think Clarabelle's like technically the closest place. Because I don't think we can zoom to a more, because we haven't gone back. But we can. Yeah, that's the well from the... Yeah, we did that already. Yeah, I can see it in the map too. Spiegelspire. But yeah, this is the first place that doesn't have a level cap.
Yippee!
We're in a save state here. Just in case shenanigans happen. doesn't look like we get locked out, so we can just burst through if we want. There's no real helpful treasures. That's what I was looking for.
Mhm. Wrong.
Oh my god, I can't go down these stairs. So I'm just gonna, like... Let's do Padfoot. I have to do that every time? Man. Alright, at least doesn't use my MP.
Mhm.
We want to go this way. Oh my god. Do.
Do.
Amos wasn't affected at all. Full heal yourself.
Oh yeah, did you want to know how much the monks healed with their healing ability?
I meant to ask and I never did.
12.
Oh, straight up.
Well, I was using the average, but it's 2d8 plus 4. It's not much.
It's still a fair amount considering they could also, like, you know, negate.
Yeah, I added that because otherwise, like, they had base-ass deflect missiles. I'm like, no, this is like a level 12 adventure.
I know. Like, I'm not, like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not, you know, decrying the decision at all. Just, but it's like, it's a fair amount given that they can also, you know, deflect a bunch of damage. So, like, it's not, you know,
Yeah.
it's not an inconsequential amount, but it's not busted.
Yeah, Steel Crane, you know, I obviously gave him 2 reactions, but he also had, like, a additional use for his reaction. That when he's hit, he could retaliate. But that never came up.
I did indeed encase Meralda in her mirror prison. And it was a simple matter, really. She was to have become my lawfully vetted wife. I said that she seems to need further reflection on the issue. I'm patient. I have time. All the time in the world, one could say. Alright.
Behold, the dreaded Zweigel.
Sap. Multi-fists. Falcon slash Kabuff.
What's really funny is the reason I say like their healing was like really inconsequential is because that was an action
Oh, really?
in their stat block. Yeah, it was an action in their stat block. I'm like, no, I'm making that a bonus action. That's
That's
stupidly weak.
ridiculous.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I know they're healing, but it's like they're fighting level 12s. Like, and I know that it's like the other two were not like the main boss and they were like mini boss enemies, but I'm just like, no. And that's what I like about, the newer stat blocks is they actually relegate, more fitting things or move some of their action stuff into their bonus actions.
Yeah.
So it's like the monsters can better use their kit and also have more action economy instead of like, okay, they can either attack or move. Like they either use their action or they move. That's it.
Yeah. Oh.
So that's why I, took the slight tips from that video and also just my monster design to heart and practice. I'm like, no, these are stat blocks that are in the Candlekeep mystery book. They don't have any updated thing, because they're relegated to this book in particular. So I'm going to give them some spice because you guys are used to, the spice anyways. And they need it.
Yeah.
Because just like, yeah, listen, egg sandwich, it's, all right, but, you add some bacon and some cheese to it, that's some good eats.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this guy summoning a bunch of ads.
It's so funny because every time he summons an ad, he's not doing any damage.
Yeah. Do you want me to snooze the ad?
Nah.
Okay.
Nothing's happening, dude.
Thought I'd ask. Behold the genies! Go, my minions.
I'm just gonna top off because I just don't want something random to happen.
Yeah. Oh wow, a turn of not summoning an ad.
Yeah, because you probably already had two. Yeah, but this is where it's broken. All of my physical abilities don't cost anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, is it technically optimal for Carver to like, ow, there's that. That's kind of what I meant. Falcon, multi-best, Falcon, full heal on you. Could that hurt? That hurted real bad. Oh, and don't have the Staff of Ghent on anybody. Whoops.
Teehee. Owie.
You can Falcon Slash. You defend. Heal him a little bit. Actually, no. You defend. Yeah.
Damn.
Forgot. I don't remember who has the staff.
I think Navin does. Sir, can you please die?
Yeah, right?
Holy hell. Did it.
The literal last turn. Never punished. Never punished.
You're playing that super close.
All I ever wanted was your love. Bleh. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Damn, alright. Yep. So we did it. Easy.
Easy. Everybody died, but easy.
He just randomly decided, alright, time to cast Kazizzle. I'm like, oh.
Millionaires.
The person in this guide apparently was like, I had multi-heal. I'm like, this must be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably should at this point. I could have multi-heal on somebody. Actually, maybe not. I don't... Hi.
It's a lot of dudes.
A lot of dudes. It's true.
Lizard.
Da 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 da. Yeah, this dungeon is not that hard.
Yeah.
It really just tests your healing. And the fact is, I think a large portion of it was like we could just take out the Jin pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So like he got a lot of chip damage while, you know, he took a lot of chip damage while he was just busy summoning ads forever.
Yeah.
Doobie-doo.
Doobie-doo.
do. And then we go to Castle Swanstone. We have defeated the jerk. I just knew you would defeat the evil sorcerer. This means... Yes, her name was Meralda. That means we can rescue Meralda from inside the mirror. Let's go! And then we walked through the castle. Good, they quick did it for us. Sure, now we'll be able to use the spell to lift the curse. Quietly closes his eyes and begins to mutter in an arcane tongue.
Oh.
Princess, do accept my love. If you do accept, then call my name. Call the name of your one true love.
Ellipses, that's right.
Ludwig. Was he an eternal? Was he alive for millennia? Really exist. It's all because of you and your brave friends. I don't have the words, but you do have the floodgate key. I must introduce you to everyone. I'm going to make you my queen. You know, let's just force her into this after she, got done being out of a situation she was forced into. So is Meralda gonna marry him or what? We'll just, gloss over that detail. Just holding on the camera button as we make the trip for like a bajillionth time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's a probably enormous ceremony. Of course, we shall invite you. Floodgate key is now yours. Yay!
Yay.
Since the passage of time, it started when Spiegel came to attack our castle one day, and there was a man I loved, but Spiegel drove him to his death. Spiegel took me and said he was going to make me his own. Did not return his love, as you can imagine. As soon as he realized this, he trapped me inside that mirror. Said I would remain there until I said I loved him. He said he would wait as long as it took. When I was freed from the mirror and met Ludwig for the first time, I just knew. He is a reincarnation of the man I loved. Lived into ancient history. Perhaps my knowledge of the past will prove useful in the present. Okay, well, we can talk to her eventually, probably. Will I remember this? Probably not. There is something that I forgot to do, though. So, we'll do this before we end. Because as much as I'd like to keep going, I'm hungry. So we had a little friend.
A friendo.
We had a friend who really wanted to see the flying bed. We saw it. We never went back for him. Goo whiz, was that you gooing by so fast on that bed? By gooly, I would love to globetrot around the world on one of those someday. Me go with you, say yes? Yes? Great! My name's Haley, by the way. Oh, wait, not say goodbye for now. Oh my god, that picture. Haunting.
Hyper realistic heel slime.
Just put like the flapjack eyes on it. Anyway. Healy, you're level 4. You know. Heal. Oh my gosh. Stretchies.
Strimch.
Oh, we should also deposit money. Don't worry, our money carries across the worlds. Honestly, that Destiny's Drop dungeon took a lot more, mostly because I couldn't remember which path we took up. So I went up the wrong one like twice and went all the way up, and then we did a bunch of grinding, so.
Yeah.
But that was fine, we got to talk a lot, and that was fun. I think the Destiny's Drop is where I got to on my last playthrough. Before I stopped. There's a few more. I may have gotten a bit further, but and to tell you about how close we are to the to Mr. Swordsman Man. We've got
to the Bury the Light, John Bury the Light.
Yeah, to John Bury the Light. There's 3 missable achievements before him, and then there's the one that he has on his own. If I turn that off, I have 1. So we did that one already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 9 story achievements. Maybe 10. So we're a chonker away. They really.
Don't worry, we'll get him at level 5.
No,
when he joins us.
He's at like level 30. Like they put him at like the ass end of this game. Like there's still like a chunk of story after him, but there is not a lot. Oh man, I got the stretchies.
Strimcho.
But that'll be it for us today. Tuesday will be Final Fantasy 14. We'll start at our normal time. Isaac, for you may want to get up And before you start doing anything, you may just want to open 14 and update it.
Yeah, I know.
So you are not on the PlayStation that will automatically do it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably gonna be... I don't know how late I'll stay up, because I don't know if the Monster Hunter update is gonna be either tonight or tomorrow night.
Well, regardless, the 14 update won't be till like 3 in the morning. So,
Yeah.
but we can talk about that later. Tuesday, Final Fantasy 14. Thursday, more of this. So thanks for coming, everyone. Thanks for relaxing with us. Thanks for hanging out. I hope to see you Tuesday.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye.